In our previous lecture, we talked about the how wages are determined. All right. So in today's lecture, we try to find out what is the difference between efficient wage, what is the difference between equilibrium wage, and what do we mean by wages, whether the wages are discriminated or not, because this is now a very hot topic in our economics business, that always workers complain that they are not being paid well or they are being discriminated. So differences in earnings persist not only just in United States, all over the world. All right, and there are some logical reasons behind that. So a typical physician earns about 200,000 a year, while police officer earns 50,000 a year. Farmer earns 20,000 a year. So why there is a huge gap between the salaries? Is there a logical explanation, or is there any discrimination? So our agenda is that we want to find out the causes of variation in earnings. So the goal is to understand wide variation in earnings more precisely. Why? Because economics cannot explain the phenomena of, you can say, the other phenomena, but it can provide explanation. All right. So our agenda is to find out what causes this variation, not some others, because economics assume people are rational, right? So we will see that whether there is any rational explanation. If there is no rational explanation, then we say that okay, there is discrimination and we should avoid that. So we are not here to defend the discrimination, but just we want to find out whether there is any rational explanation of differences in earning or not. Right? So let's just talk about that. So in our previous lecture, we talked about that wages are governed by labor supply and labor demand. And in equilibrium, the worker is paid the value of his contribution margin in the economy of production of the goods and services. So let's talk about that. So what depends the equilibrium wage? So this is price of the labor called wage, and this is quantity of labor. All right. So what are the determinants of this equilibrium wage? So these are the determinants: compensating differentials, human capital, ability, effort, and chance, signaling, superstar phenomena. So let's just talk about one by one. So again, there are 5 determinants of equilibrium wage. All right, which are determined by labor supply and labor demand. So these are compensating differential, human capital, ability, effort, chance, signaling, and superstar phenomena. So let's just talk about one. Number one is compensating differential. So compensating differential or differences, it refers to difference in wages arises from non-monetary characteristics of the nature of the job. So which means wages are not only have many attributes that worker takes in account while starting the job, there are some non-monetary factors as well. For example, everybody wants to do fun-oriented job, stable job. So supply of labor is more for easy jobs, fun-oriented jobs, safe jobs, right? So because everybody wants to do easy job, so supply for easy job, labor supply increases. When labor supply increases, wages go down. So that doesn't mean that we are having discriminating wages. So the economics in compensating differential categorizes the job as good jobs and bad jobs. So that doesn't mean the actual meaning of bad or good. It is just economic explanation. So that doesn't mean that okay, it's morally good or it's morally bad. No, it's just the jargon or language of economics to categorize the compensating differential. For example, here coal miners are paid more than the same levels of education. So if you don't have any college degree or school degree, and if you go to the coal mining, you will be paid well as compared to other jobs. And why is that? Good jobs means easy jobs, fun oriented, safe jobs. Bad jobs mean dangerous. There is an element of danger here. This is not easy, difficult, and also unsafe. Unsafe, maybe unsafe working environment, it's like that. All right. So, coal miner, difficult job, dangerous job. All right. So, they will be getting more. Night shift workers, it's fun to work at night? No. So they will be paid more than day shift workers. Professors, easy jobs like us, we just deliver the knowledge, that's it, as compared to lawyers and doctors. They need to check the patients and every case is different one, right? But here students are almost all in the same level of classes. So professors are paid less than lawyers and doctors. Alright? So remember, good jobs and bad jobs doesn't mean it's morally good or morally bad. Good jobs means easy, fun oriented, safe jobs. So in that case, their salaries are down. Why? Because labor supply is high. When supply is high, price goes down. Whereas the bad jobs are dangerous jobs, unsafe jobs, difficult jobs, not fun oriented. So these are coal miners job, night shift worker jobs, right? Field job, worker field job, right? Similarly, those who are working in oil and gas factories and those who are digging the oil and gas wells, there's a huge differences in pay. Why? Because over there they are not pleasant atmosphere over there, not easy jobs, so they will be paying higher money, right? The second explanation of why there is a difference in equilibrium wage. Equilibrium wage. So right now we are talking about equilibrium wage. Equilibrium wage is coming from demand and supply. This is supply of the labor, this is demand of the labor, and this is the wages. And here we have equilibrium. So first explanation was compensating differential, and now human capital. So human capital says higher the education, higher the salary. Why? Because education means accumulation of investments. Why you go for degrees, higher degrees? Because it is an investment in your on the job training, increase in the on the job training skills. It's like that, right? So, so most important human capital type is education. Higher the education, we have higher salaries because education represents expenditure. Why? Because it can increase the productivity of your job in future. It will give you the new way of thinking to do the job, right? So by the year 2003, a man with a college degree earned more than 82% more salaries those without the one. Similarly, women earned 71% increase in earning due to college degrees. So you can see that there's a study and a huge study over the span of more than 2 decades. So you can see that in 80s, those who have no college degrees, they are earning the same level. even in fact less. 38,713 and now 33,1. Look at that, college degrees increased. So if you compare from men, so men, you see 44%. And in 2003, the gap increases from 44% to 82%. Similarly, in women's, in 80s, those who have college degrees, they were just earning 35% more. But now, look at that differential. They are earning 70% more. All right, and these study exclude workers with additional schooling beyond college, such as master degrees or PhDs. So this is just college degrees, not university degrees. All right, master degrees, not graduation degrees here, postgraduate degrees, and neither the PhDs. So you can just imagine how much would be the wage differential. So that's not the discrimination. That is determinant of equilibrium wage. All right. Now the third one is ability, effort, and chance. So what do we mean by ability? Ability means a natural ability. Some people are smart, right? Handsome. Some girls are attractive, handsome. So the showbiz industry is, they welcome more all of their natural ability. Some people are strong, right? So you recently have seen Mr. Olympia 2020. So who saw that? Anyone saw that Mr. Olympia 2022? Just last week. So it's like a bodybuilding